Crime affects us all in one way or another, and despite what the authorities would have us believe, it seems that it is a growth industry in South Africa. The causes of crime are many and varied, but the reason is usually theft, so that your and my hard-earned goodies can be sold on for cash. But what if those stolen goods became unsellable because they could be easily identified? Would this reduce crime? One man who thinks so is John Newman, the creator of a website called TAGGA. John explains.
Say, for instance, that the owner was able to apply his serial number of a valuable item and place it onto a record, a database on the internet, so that he has this private sector of which he can keep control of all his goods. Now, if the unfortunate position comes along that somebody breaks into his home or steals it, or even if he loses the item, then he can place what we call click-away crime by putting the cursor on the actual article stating that it's stolen. Then it would be moved to a new sector, still private from the owner, and that would be displayed so that the places such as pawn shops or similar organizations that deal with second-hand goods could in fact search on the database and look for stolen goods.
Is there not legislation either now in place or pending about the need for these second-hand converter type places to make sure that the stuff is authentic? In other words, it's not stolen property.
That is absolutely correct. What in fact has occurred is that a bill was passed, now an act with the second-hand goods, which all the dealers, second-hand goods, people who are dealing in second-hand goods, I should say, are now compelled to actually make searches to ensure that every effort is made to confirm that the article that they're handling has not been stolen. And if it has, there has to be some way of which the information comes up to them. And the only way that can be is that they do profiling initially when the person walks into the store, and they assess whether they would be likely to actually have this article and be, let's say, wealthy enough to actually own it.
Right.
Then they do a pre-profiling on that person, and then what we are doing with TAGGA database...
To just interrupt you again,
Sure.
There's no legal requisite for them to check each and every item. It's up to their initiative, if you like.
In actual fact, they are now compelled to actually meet every aspect of the act to check, to ensure those articles are not stolen. And that would require some format of having a database where they could go